Following a series of successful conferences known as Vision 21 and headed up by Gary Weatherly and others in the 1990s, a steering committee was set up to investigate what could be done to assist the Christian Brethren Coordinating Committee in developing a vision for the Open Brethren churches in Victoria. Ongoing discussions continued with the Christian Brethren Trust and the Coordinating Committee. Eventually it was decided to prepare a draft constitution to establish a more formal structure to assist the network of churches in their ministry to grow and advance the Kingdom of God. Finally, after the 2003 annual conference, it was agreed to implement the constitution and inaugurate the new association board, which became known as the Association of Christian Brethren Fellowships in Victoria. Jeff Whittaker commenced as the part-time secretary and editor of the regular newsletter. George Buchanan was employed as the full-time coordinating director and later as the director of ministries. David Beer was employed as the part-time business manager for the trust, and the association used David's services extensively for the next 7 years. Keith Vasco, the senior pastor at the Canterbury Gardens Community Church, made his office available on Mondays, and Jeff and George made this their first association office. Later we moved to Forest Hill, where we had a very basic office for 3 years. Dan Crozier from the Warrandyte Community Church became the part-time youth worker, setting up the Emerging Leaders Ministries. Paul Lewis and Ant Bloomer provided important assistance for this work. Peter Keep was employed as the Church Growth and Development Pastor. His main focus was assisting the Church Growth Department in its effectiveness. This was a very productive time when the ground rules were established for the internships and pastors' grants. Around this time, the association changed its name to the Christian Community Churches in Victoria. Robbie Cullum, with other young people from Warrandyte Community Church, started what was called a pancake ministry on the corner of Flinders and Swanston Streets in Melbourne, with the intention of helping those who were in need of food and comfort. The association funded the ministry and were able to visit and encourage the growth of young people involved in evangelistic outreach. Nathan Keane was employed as the personal assistant for the Director of Ministries. Nathan developed and implemented administrative